Thank you very much, Rabbi Levin. What I want to say is that today, the day of my daughter's bat mitzvah, I remember my 13th birthday, my very special 13th birthday. The reason it was special was because exactly 3 months and 5 days after my 13th birthday, our family was scheduled to apply to for the permission to emigrate, to leave the great Soviet motherland. And if that permission would not be granted, we would be destitute pariahs. If that permission were granted, then that would be my last birthday in the great Soviet motherland. So that's why, to me, it was very special. Nobody told me that that was the day of my bar mitzvah. And if somebody had told me, I would have asked them, first of all, what it meant, and secondly, what language they were speaking, because I knew neither of those two things. That is entirely unremarkable, given where we were living at the time, and all the efforts that the government of that country had put over the previous 70 years by that time of eradicating Judaism and almost succeeding in doing that. What was more remarkable that I, in fact, knew I was a Jew. I was proud of being a Jew. And that is entirely due to my parents, so I'm very thankful for that, as well as for many other things, including the risk they were ready to take in 3 months, risking their fairly comfortable lives, which they built literally by the sweat of their brow. From nothing, they were both poor orphans, but they were comfortable by then, but they were willing to risk it all for my sake, for my sister's sake, and they brought me here. So today, as I look at my daughter, my wonderful daughter, I want to, I see the difference. I see that, first of all, she's standing here in front of this whole congregation, in front of our friends, in front of about a dozen of our closest people, people closest to her. And she knows very well what this day means. Nobody had to tell her today or last week what it means to be a bat mitzvah. She had known that at least partially for years, was waiting for this moment. I want her to be grateful to all of her grandparents who are here today, because of whose risk she was able to be born a free person and a free Jew. I hope that she appreciates it. I know that I'm very proud of her, and I know that she is ready to become a responsible Jewish woman. Last night, when we had dinner at Zina and Oleg Yofes, who are our very gracious hosts for this weekend, Zina made a toast to Hannah, a wish to Hannah, that was, I'm not going to retell it. It was a parable, a story, which very beautifully conveyed what it means to be a compassionate person, and what your compassion means to someone who is in need of compassion. And I believe that Hannah has what it takes to become such a compassionate person.
In this week's Parshat Nitzavim Vayelech, Hashem says about the mitzvah, "It is not beyond you, nor is it remote from you. It is not in the heaven or across the sea. Rather, it is very close to you, in your mouth, in your heart, and that you may do it." This means that whatever the mitzvah may be, whether it is in our thought, our speech, or action, they are all close and relevant to us. But is the Torah really that close to and relevant to us? Is it possible for every Jewish person to follow every mitzvah of the Torah? Especially now in a world where there is so much evil. It seems so hard to follow God's commandments, and not always so simple. How can we practically help ourselves follow Hashem's commandments? The answer is that if we think about how great Hashem is and everything He does for us, and that every single thing we have in our life is from Him, then we will automatically feel a love for Him. Because we feel a love for Him, we will want to do things for Him. We'll want to connect and be closer to Him. But how do we do this? God tells us that through doing the mitzvahs, we will be connecting to Him. For example, let's say you have a teacher that is really nice and does a lot of good things for you. When you think about everything she does for you, you'll feel love for her and want to be close to her. But how? She asks you to do a favor and you do it for her. That's how we do. But still, now that we know we connect to God by doing mitzvahs, why does there have to be evil in this world? Why didn't God create a perfect world where there was only good, and it was easy to make the right choice? The answer is God wants us to have free choice. He wants us to work at doing the right thing, because then it is so much more meaningful to God and also for ourselves. Knowing all of this, I feel honored that now is a bat mitzvah girl. God is giving me the opportunity to connect to Him and be close to Him by making me responsible for mitzvahs. Just like Rosh Hashanah, which is coming up, is the beginning of a new year, my bat mitzvah is a new beginning for me. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me and helping me realize who I am, and for celebrating this special day with me. And I'd like to thank Hani Volovic for helping me with my speech and teaching me about bat mitzvah.